the true history of the Red Army has been diverted to different meaning for unknown reason. It is virtuous to deliver the fact rather than false information. In fact, our people required truthful information and not deceptive assertions. Ayuna Chikmayan, also known as Madinget Ingo on social media, January 30, 2019. The purpose of this article is to inform those who have diverted the true history of the Red Army to lost boys and lost girls in Western world, especially the United States, Australia and Canada. Some people from those countries mentioned above have turned the Red Army into a different name, which is unscrupulous in my view. It is unfair to feed the public with the false information. There is no need to destroy the legacy of the Red Army cannot be possible at all. It is a wonderful chronicle event that must be passed from generation to generation without adding false information. On the 30th of November 1987, the first group of the Jekel Amher, known as Red Army or SEED, arrived in Pinyendo, Ethiopia. The first group was led by First Lieutenant 1LT, Comrade Mawat Wuoyual, who is now residing in South Sudan. We were known as Red Army or Jekel Amher as I mentioned above, and not the Lost Boys and Lost Girls. We were not lost on our way to Ethiopia according to my knowledge, and I believed those of you who went with me to Ethiopia could demonstrated this to other people who were not there. I urged everyone to spread the fact and exclude those awkward assertions. I would like to advise those who are currently disseminating wrong information that Red Army was known as Lost Boys and Lost Girls to stop that claim. This is not accurate information, it is fallacious in my knowledge, and I condemned it strongly. Some of the Red Army members living in the United States, Australia and Canada came directly from South Sudan to Kakuma refugees camp in northern Kenya, purposely for formal education, and they were lucky to be resettled in the United States, Australia and Canada and other part of the world. I am not blaming those who are using the name Lost Boys and Lost Girls due to some circumstances, but we need to spread true story to the world regarding the Red Army Chronicle. However, Red Army history will be lost if we pass false information to our children and they will blame us in the future. So, I am urging everyone to articulate the facts to the virtue. For instance, we are now adapting the name Lost Boys and Lost Girls for those who resettled in Western world as some people depend on that name. If I may ask this question, what about those who previously came abroad for scholarship? Do we call them Lost Boys and Lost Girls too? That is impossible. The truth must be articulated to people. The diversion of the Red Army's story is reprehensible and must be corrected. I appreciated Comrade Deng Bol, the chairman of the Red Army Foundation in Juba, for keeping our original name. I am not sure about what the so-called Lost Boys and Lost Girls is, whether it is for those who are in Karuma refugees camp or an organization, which involves Borongle Red Army. If it is inclusive then, it is incorrect because we were aware of our destination and the message was clear to all of us, unless for those who were in Khartoum and later joined the Red Army Foundation in Juba as a workforce. However, our parents knew where we were traveling to. Moreover, former governor of Jonglei State, who is the current Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs, forcefully removed some of us from their parents. If Lost Boys and Lost Girls is an organization or a workforce to other people in the United States, Australia and Canada, then let it be different from the Red Army, Tarab. Please form your new organization, but do not change the Red Army name for charitable agency. I am not a lost boy, big false. Things are being created out of blue, while people are conscious about the truth. Why do we like to fabricate false information? We were named Red Army, Tarab recedes by Dr. John Garang Damabior-Atem, the former SPLA-M and the first Vice President of Sudan, and the first President of the semi-autonomous South Sudan, who died in helicopter crash on the 30th of July 2005. With exclusion of Lost Boys and Lost Girls, we, the Red Army, have experienced a lot of bad things, which involved death. We walked long distances from various places in southern Sudan to Ethiopia and various places such as Barong within South Sudan, for example. We have experienced multiple adverse situations, including substandard trainings characterized by healthcare and inadequate welfare. We were deprived from parental care, and many of us lost their lives in those camps due to diseases, malnutrition, and war-related adverse conditions. The Red Army was given many names such as Terab and the Jek El Amher, known as the Red Army with the exclusion of lost boys and lost girls. If I may ask those who have invented the name Lost Boys and the Lost Girls, do you included or excluded the Red Army who were taken to Cuba as lost boys and lost girls too? Nevertheless, many people are not comfortable with the false information being circulated to the public. Conclusion: the term lost boys and lost girls should be differentiated from Red Army. We were removed from our parents and taken to Ethiopia for formal education. So, whoever invented lost need to set the record straight. Thus, stop spreading wrong information to the world and the young generation. We should always tell the truth to the people who need to know the facts. The Red Army is not a bad organization, and it may evolve into be a political party in South Sudan. I supported the Red Army Foundation because it is our history. Let us support Comrade Deng Bol. Please contact me through my Facebook account or email me with any question you may have regarding this article. Thanks everyone for reading this message. Prepared by member of the Red Army, Ayuna Chikmayan, known as Mading Dagethingo on social media. Email jwenayun@yahoo.com.